Last year was a historic and destructive wildfire season, but it wasn't just last year. For the last several years, we've had large wildfires each summer, so we are kicking off a full week of wildfire coverage here on Up with KREM to help your family prepare and stay safe. This morning, Washington Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz is joining us. Commissioner, thanks for joining us. I want to jump right in. Just a couple of days ago, DNR increased the fire danger rating in eastern Washington. Can you talk about what this means?
Yes, we're already in fire season. Fact is, DNR responded to 218 fires in April. That shatters all the previous records. You know, over the last 10 years, we might have had 50 fires on average in April. Last year, we remember, was a horrific year. We had 160 fires in April. So we are already gearing up for the fact that it is going to be a hot, dry summer. It is going to be a tough fire season, and we're predicting it's going to be especially tough, again, in eastern Washington.
Yeah, 218, that is a lot, you know, and obviously it's getting warmer. And it's been very dry. Talk about some of the things DNR is doing and who you're working with to prepare for this wildfire season.
Yeah, so obviously, first off, as you can see, we've already started putting burn bans into effect. We actually put it in effect in April because, like last year, a majority of our fires are debris pile fires. People are getting out, doing their yard work, they're spring cleaning, and they're lighting on fire. Unfortunately, it's too hot and dry, and when we have wind added to that, it can be very, very catastrophic. So we're putting burn bans into effect. We are also urging people to take action now to make their homes more resilient for fire. Too often we feel like there's nothing we can do when fire is at our doorstep. We have 2 million homeowners who are at risk of catastrophic wildfires right now today. There are things they can be doing right now, before June, before July, before we're in the thick of fire season, to make their homes more resilient to fires. We've seen what happened in Malden last year when 80% of the town was destroyed in just a few hours. And amongst all that rubble and destruction of homes, there were homes that were completely untouched. And it wasn't luck. It's because the homeowner had taken action to prevent the fire from reaching their doorstep.
And Commissioner Franz, you've been commissioner for a while now. Malden was unlike anything I've ever seen. You know, you've been back. Talk about what it's been like to see something like that happen in our state.
You know, you've heard me, I've been in this role just over 4 years, and I have been raising the flag and the warning about how catastrophic our fire seasons are, how they're only getting worse. They're no longer an anomaly. 5 out of the last 6 years have been catastrophic fires, and that we need more resources in 3 areas to help truly change the trajectory on. 1, wildfire response, the air resources, the firefighters and the equipment on the ground to get on those fires quickly and put them out. Last year, we were stretched thin with 53 fires in the first 24 hours after Labor Day, 24 the next, 600,000 acres burned in 72 hours. And we did not have the resources at the federal level to help. All we had was what we had, which was too small, too few. In addition, we've got to address our forest health crisis. We've got to restore the health of these forests so they have a fighting chance. And last, we've got to bring resources to the communities that are on the front lines of these fires. Malden was a tragedy, and frankly, it's a tragedy that didn't need to happen if we had had the investments over the long term in the firefighting resources and in helping those homes be more resilient to fire. And the fact is, Malden wasn't even in the top 30 communities of high wildfire risk.
Commissioner Franz,
we are making an effort. It's great.
Yeah. Really quick before we go, I want to ask you what's something we can all do today to do our part.
Yeah, first of all, I urge you to go to www.dnr.wa.gov and find out what you can do to make your home more resilient to fire. First, create that defensible space. We've all learned how to create 6 feet of defensible space around our bodies in the height of COVID. We need to do the same thing around our homes, 6 to 10 feet. Make sure your lawn is watered. Make sure you don't have trees leaning against the home. Clean out your gutters. Oftentimes these fires start from embers that are flying in. Create the defensible space around your home is critical. 2, do not start any fires. There's debris piles. We urge you, please, to be safe. 90% of our fires are caused by humans. We can do something to prevent it and save our lives and save our firefighters' lives.
Commissioner Franz, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Our coverage continues all week here on Up with KREM.